Okay, on this problem, it's trying to carefully walk you through how the program can be quite picky when you're typing answers into the answer box. So you want to read each thing carefully and pay attention. It says, we're going to answer the following question by clicking in the answer box and typing the answer, and then we're going to click the check answer button. It says you might also want to try an incorrect answer to see the feedback that will be displayed. For example, if I did 4 plus 1 was 3, that's a simplified answer, a whole number, and I click check answer, notice it tells me that that's wrong. I can try again. 4 plus 1 is actually 5, and if I check answer, it does give me the right thing. Now it says, did you notice the special navy blue instructions? Right down here, they tell you these instructions are very important. You want to look at those instructions before you type your answer, because it'll tell you if you need to round it to 1 decimal place or 2 decimal place, or whether you should write it as a fraction or a whole number or whatever it is that they want. The math palette is this area right here, and it's shown on the left side of the problem window. It contains templates that you can enter fractions, exponents, roots, and other special math notation. To use the math palette, you click on the location in the answer box where you want to insert the template, whatever it is, whether it's a fraction or an exponent, and then you click on the symbol you need in the math palette. Now, right now, nothing happens when I try to click on the math palette because there's no answer box, but I'm going to practice it in a few minutes. You want to always be sure to delete any unused templates from the answer box before clicking check answer. For your answer to be complete, all the blue boxes within each template must be filled in. So notice, and what you want to do on this problem is select the picture below that shows answers that are complete, meaning that they don't contain any empty blue boxes from a template. This one has an empty blue box, so it is not complete. This one has an empty blue box, so it is not complete. We have an empty blue box on C. It is not complete. D does not have any empty blue boxes, so that is a complete answer. And that is the only one. Now we're going to practice using the math palette. You're asked to use the fraction and exponent template from the math palette to enter x squared divided by 3 in the answer box. So we need a fraction first, so I'm going to go up to the math palette and I'm going to click on the fraction bar. And notice in the answer box I get the fraction. I will put an x in the first blue box and I need it to be squared. So I'll come up to the math palette and I will choose the superscript. And then I will put the 2 in that one. Then I will come down and put the 3 in. And now all the blue boxes are filled in, and it does look like x squared over 3, so I'll check answer, and that is correct. Now, here's a warning. It says when you use the superscript template to put the exponent 2 on the variable x, be sure that you have clicked within the numerator of the fraction and not outside of the fraction. X squared divided by 3 and x over 3 squared look similar, but x squared over 3 is equal, and what they're wanting you to be careful with is that if you have this whole thing squared, that's really x squared over 9. So you kind of have to be careful. You want to make sure you're within the fraction. Okay, now when you have free responses, here are some common mistakes that students make. You really have to carefully read the problem, what they're looking at. If the question says maybe like what is the vertical line and you want to say x equals 5, if they already have the x equals for you, then all you have to do is input the 5, or in this case 4. If you were to type x equals 4, it will give you an incorrect answer because it already did that for you. You want to pay close attention to any rounding instructions given in the problem. Unless otherwise instructed, always use the most precise number possible when calculating your answer, and then round only the final answer. If you're rounding as you go, you're going to incur some error, so you do not want to do that. You want to use your calculator or your computer to hold on to the numbers in between the steps. Some problems require a list of answers separated by commas. If you're using a template from the tool palette, be sure to type the comma outside of the template. So notice on the choice A, this comma is inside the absolute value, so that is not in the correct position. On choice C, the comma is inside the square root symbol, so it's not in the correct position. On choice D, the comma is below on the denominator, so it's not in the correct position. But notice B is in the correct position. And then if you want to copy and paste, you can within Windows. You probably won't need to do that too much, but if you're filling in a blank or something, you can use Control-C and Control-V. Alternate answers and tolerance. If a problem requires to round before the final answer, or if there are a few different ways to solve a problem, there may be multiple answers which are close to each other that are considered to be correct. So sometimes when it shows you the correct answer, it might give you, 5 plus or minus a 0.09 or something like that. But sometimes there will be several particular answers that are accepted, and sometimes answers within a certain range will be accepted. So like on this problem, enter 4, 6, or any number between 4 and 6 in the answer box. So you could put 4, you could put 6, or you could put 5, or you could put 5.3286, whatever you want. It has to be a number between 4 and 6, and it will be correct. Okay, so you have a lot of options that you could have put in that answer. All right, so hopefully this video will help you understand how to enter different values into the online homework.